I'm here at the M365 Hub, and I'm joined by Stephen Rose. Now, Stephen, everybody here, we're all here because we love the technology, we kind of like geeking out on this stuff, but loads and loads of people, that's not really the case. And what do those people do? How do we get those people on board? How do we get them inspired?
It's a great question. I did a whole session yesterday on how do you drive end user adoption. Because so many folks are here this week about learning how to deploy, manage, secure. Doesn't do any good unless folks are brought in. At the core of it, it's understanding that we have 4 generations of users right now. We have baby boomers, we have our Gen X, Gen Y, millennials. We have one half that really likes to text and work from anywhere and work on any device, and another group that's really kind of set on email and working at a desk in only one place. Understanding that in order to retain great talent, people your age, we have to be far more flexible and we have to run through those different aspects and bring that all together. So understanding how teams can fit in, understanding that some people just see email as a way to say there's donuts in the break room, things like that is not going to work anymore. So we kind of really focused in on that, getting C-level adoption, different tips and tricks that we can use to help get people to really kind of see it differently, retain great talent by really working the way that they want to work.
And how much of it is kind of carrot and how much of it is stick?
Well, the example I like to use is if I bring you into our company and you're going to be part of a project, I can get you up to speed on that project in 30 minutes. 1 minute to add you to the team, 29 minutes for you to read through the comments, see all the documents, and read all the emails, go through the meetings that were recorded. If not, what am I doing? I'm sending you to an X drive, I'm sending you 20 pages of documentation, I'm forwarding you 100 emails. That's not a very productive way to work. So it's really kind of finding those scenarios and showing how we can save time, make it easier for people to be able to communicate and to collaborate.
And specifically in my world of Microsoft Teams, there's that whole challenge of bringing people from Skype, from something like Skype for Business into Teams. What's the best? What should we do? What do you think? What's the best way of doing that and achieving success?
I mean, it's hard because people once they learn how to do something, and Skype for Business was not the easiest product to set up. And once they finally got it well, they're like, oh no, you're moving my cheese. But I think, again, with good preparation, letting folks know what's going to happen. Here's what you gain. You now get these, hey, we have the pop-out windows like Skype, so that was a big one, but we can do this, we can add emojis, we can drop in the files directly. It's a better app on your cell phone. And once we get through those things, people go, there is something to gain and something to bring together there, and that's the type of things that we're looking for. So it's just, here's how things are going to be easier for you.
And I suppose the other example, it's choice as well.
Of course.
Telling people there are those choices. My favorite example is, Sue from accounts, whatever. She doesn't like wearing a headset because it interferes with her hairstyle, or whatever else it is. People have all these different reasons.
Yes.
But it comes across as, I don't like the new thing, right?
No, and digging into, I always say the best thing that we can do here at Microsoft is understand your personal pain. What isn't working for you? We have 5 different ways to cut, paste, and copy. Which way works best? Some people are shortcuts, some people are Control-X, some people are right-click, some people are menu. Why? Because that's what's most comfortable for you. It could be because of anything from a disability to personal preference to just knowing how you've done it your whole life. So the more we understand the personal pain that people have in their job, maybe it's, I'm tired of having 3 different versions of the same document and having to combine them. Well, let's bring in Outlook, where we can send you a link, you go into it, you open, you make those changes, it stays in one. So the more we understand that, the better we can help people to make that change because we're solving their problems and pain.
And how much, is it just that resistance to change, or is it like a bigger, digital literacy is a big word, but you know what I mean, like that sort of competency stuff? And
I think it's all of that. People are afraid of change. They're afraid, is this going to slow me down? Am I not going to be able to get my job done? Am I not going to be able to find something important? A lot of it is, CYA. They're trying to cover their butt. Some of it is, I'm afraid of new technology. Look at people who still carry around an 8-year-old iPhone. You can get a new one for free. No, this one's fine. It does what I need. But is it really not just doing what you need, but allowing you in new situations to be agile? To do new things that perhaps you weren't ready for, and is your technology going to support that? And that really is, and depending on where they're at in their role, how close they are to retirement, change, things like that can all affect that. So it's understanding and finding what is going to help those people and affect them is what's going to make change, I think, come forward.
And if it doesn't work, try again.
We can beat them. We can use cattle prods. That works really well. But then it's maybe taking a step back and having them continue to use that. And then pressure is going to happen as we get all these folks doing it and they realize they're missing out. You know, our company meeting's now going to be here. Our information about our new products now in Teams, it's not going to be an email. Then they're going to have to move because now everybody's starting to move in this direction and less people are over here. It's going to force them to come over. And when they do that, we welcome them with open arms. Great, let's get you trained. How can we help you when they get to that point?
Does Microsoft have resources to help with that?
We have nothing. It's absolutely hard. No, we have tons of stuff.
You got me worried for a minute. It's like,
no. Of course, our Microsoft 365 adoption area has got a ton. If you go out to the Office sites, there are quick tab videos. If you go out to Fast Track, there's all the great content where you can download everything from banners and emails to make people aware, to campaign, to track downs. There is so much stuff. If people go to my session that I did yesterday, ADP 20, at the end we list a ton of great resources that people can leverage, and Fast Track, and partners, and learn New Horizons and all the learning companies. There's so many things that are free or that are available to them through their programs. They should absolutely look into it.
It sounds like a really good job you've got. Like, it's enabling people. Like, how does that must feel really good, like, to do that stuff?
I've been Microsoft for 12 years. I went through working in Windows and OneDrive and a lot of stuff, but I love when somebody comes back a year or two later and said, this is now awesome, or I can do this, or it's so much easier, or we're saving so much money, or I'm spending more time with my family because now we're doing this. And that's really the goal is, as I said, we're here really to find people's pain and help them solve it. Whether it's collaborating better, feeling more secure, feeling that they can work from any place on any device, or they can collaborate more easily both internally or externally, that's really the goal. We're really trying to empower people to have their own personal cloud.
Got it. I love that thing you said about just enabling people to do the same work but spend more time with their family.
Better work-life balance.
Yeah, absolutely. No, that's really cool. What was that session again?
ADP 20 is the session that I did. It's called Now That You've Deployed It, Can You Actually Get People to Use It? And it really digs into understanding employees, blockers, great resources, and how you can sort of look at that as you start to move people forward.
Fantastic. There's so much information in that. All those resources you kind of listed out, I'm going to have to go back and look to. But it sounds like there's a ton of content, so that's really good to hear.
People will love it, and we're so excited to see so many first-timers here this year, so many of you joining us here at Ignite. Cannot wait. Go back Monday, write it all down, share it with everybody, and all the sessions are available on demand, so get out and go check them out.
Fantastic. And with that, we're going to go straight back to the hub and the stage.
Hey, welcome back.